Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia and welcome back to Overwatch League Roundup 2020. So this is going to be a general news roundup. I know it's a bit different because we've been doing a lot of team previews recently, but we are going to do a general news roundup around the Overwatch League because there's been a lot going on while we've been looking at the teams. So, first of all, Malik Forte has confirmed that he will not be part of the Overwatch League broadcasting team in 2020. He wants to pop up from time to time in the Overwatch League, but he won't be a permanent part of the talent for the Overwatch League in 2020. It's a shame to see Malik go. We've now lost both hosts, both Malik and Puckett, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But in relation to that, we do have some good news, as Zoe will be returning for 2020, but she's got a new role. So I'm assuming Zoe's going to be more of a host now, which is going to be really, really nice. I think, honestly, the OWL community would have gone crazy. Absolutely crazy if Zoe had not been in 2020's talent roster, shall we say. But Zoe on the desk, or leading the desk, I think is going to be really, really good. I think she's always had the talent for it, and it'll be nice to see her leading the pack instead of, you know, having banter with the likes, because, you know, Brennan's Sideshow are taking on more now in terms of casting. Then we have the announcement of a new skin related to the Overwatch League. This will be available from February the 6th to February the 19th. It is a Brigitte skin. It is the GOAT skin. It is to commemorate the greatest of all time, as they say. Yeah, it's to commemorate GOATs, the comp that is now impossible to play at the in competitive Overwatch because we have Rollock now. GOATs. If you don't know GOATs, or you didn't realise what GOATs was, it's the 3-3 comp that we were in for so much of 2019. It's the Reinhardt, Zarya, Diva, Brigitte, Lucio, and Zenyatta comp that basically dominated the league last year, and very much made Vancouver Titans and San Francisco Shock what they are now. But the great thing about the San Francisco Shock is they were able to move with the times in terms of the meta when Rollock came in, whereas Vancouver Titans, they struggled early on, but they kind of worked it out in the end. Then we have some more news regarding casters, and it is Semler. Semler will not be returning for the Overwatch League 2020, which does kind of beg the question, who will be alongside Hexagrams for 2020, because Hexagrams hasn't announced that he's out of it, but nor has he announced that he's in it either. So I wish this was confirmed more. I mean, the league starts on, what, the 8th of February, or the 6th of February, one or the other, and it's now the 22nd of January, and we still don't have confirmation on who the entire talent crew is. We don't have confirmation on the Twitch All Access Pass. There has been not a single word about the Twitch All Access Pass, and we're still in the dark about quite a few things. It's kind of annoying, really. I mean, the only things we've had confirmed is Zoe as a host, Custer as an analyst, and then casters Jake, ZP, Sideshow, Brent. That's it. We haven't heard anything else, and it's very, very frustrating to not have confirmation this close to the start of the season. I think it's pretty poor from the league's perspective. But anyway, I'm going to stop banging on about that. More good news. The Overwatch League jerseys are going to get a massive redesign for 2020. Thanks to renowned streetwear designer Jeff Staple. So this is literally a complete redesign. They look completely different to what they have done in the past 2 seasons. I think the redesign, I don't know, it'll take some getting used to, definitely. I've seen some pictures, and I tell you what, Malik's wearing the new Spark jersey, but he's got a jacket on over it. I am very interested, because if that is a jacket, a league-branded, team-branded jacket, I've got the Spitfire jacket from the inaugural season, and that is a brilliant jacket. I love that jacket, and I'd love to get something similar, but they didn't do it in 2019, so I'd love to see something like that return. But I think a lot of this looks pretty cool. I think it will look better for some teams rather than others. For example, I don't think the Paris Eternal one looks all that brilliant, but that's down to the blue colour of the Paris Eternal not being massively brilliant. But again, Hangzhou Spark looks really nice. The Defiant looks really nice. It'll be good for some teams and not for others. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes with that. They will be available from January the 28th for pre-order, And then you will see, obviously, these kits take to the stage on February the 8th when the league starts. So, then we have some more free stuff. If you can call it free stuff, you've got to actually attend matches to do this. So, if you attend matches in person at one of the homestands, you have the opportunity to get a batch of sprays to commemorate the fact that you were at the first homestand for your team or whatever, or your first homestand experience. So there are 2 batches of these sprays. Batch 1 contains a spray from New York Excelsior, Dallas Fuel, Shanghai Dragons, Philadelphia Fusion, Guangzhou Charge, Washington Justice, Hangzhou Spark, Houston Outlaws, and the Seoul Dynasty, and the Florida Mayhem. And then Batch 2 contains the Atlanta Reign, San Francisco Shock, London Spitfire, Paris Eternal, Los Angeles Valiant, Toronto Defiant, Boston Uprising, Vancouver Titans, Los Angeles Gladiators, and the Chengdu Hunters. So, what will happen is it doesn't matter if you buy a ticket, you have to actually attend, where you will get a code for one of these batches of sprays, depending on what team you've gone to watch. So, when you attend the home match, you will be given a details and a code to claim via the launcher, and then it will give it to you in game. So the way it works is you will get the batch of sprays that contains the team's homestand that you attend. So if I was to attend the London Spitfire homestand, I would get the entire sprays in batch 2. That's 10 sprays, Atlanta Reign, San Francisco, London Spitfire, Paris Eternal, etc. as I read out just now. If you attend the New York Excelsior homestand, which is actually the first week, or the Dallas Fuel, which is also the first week, you will get these sprays from batch 1, which don't contain the 2 European teams, but do contain a mixture of both American and Chinese teams, as well as the only Korean team, Seoul Dynasty. So that's the way that works, and I think that's a very nice thing for them to do. There will be a bunch of exclusive merch, I believe, for a lot of teams at their own homestands, and it'll be interesting to see what they produce. I know London Spitfire produced a lot of exclusive merch you can get at the homestands and the homestand only. But then we're gonna finish this video off with some very serious information regarding the Overwatch League. Now, this is completely out of the Overwatch League's control, which is very unfortunate, because this is the problem with homestand format, right? If something goes wrong, it can be out of the Overwatch League's control, but it can cause massive problems for the league in general. So, to give some background to this, the Overwatch League in week 2 will go to Shanghai, in week 3 it will go to Guangzhou, and in week 4 it will go to Hangzhou. Now, you might notice that I've just reeled off a bunch of Chinese cities, and the reason for that is, if you have been keeping an eye on the news lately, there has been a serious outbreak of a disease called coronavirus. This is quite serious. This is getting quite a lot bigger than what they wanted. Well, I say wanted, they didn't want a virus to outbreak anyway, but this is getting quite serious in China now. It has also had a confirmed case in Japan, I believe, as well, Hong Kong, and other places around China. But it has spread quite rapidly throughout China, with multiple cases now being reported in Shanghai, Beijing, Guangdong, and Shenzhen, amongst others. Now, this is a problem because the Chinese authorities are well known for, if an outbreak like this happens, they'll start shutting things down. They have limited movement to only essential travel only throughout China, most of China anyway. And what they are known to do when something like this happens is sometimes they will shut events down. They will stop events from running to prevent spread of the virus. Now, obviously, I've just reeled off the homestands for the Overwatch League that are going to happen next month. And obviously, Shanghai is one of those homestands, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we might see other cases in Hangzhou, Guangzhou, Chengdu, and other places in China, as well as spreading outside of China. There may be also cases in Korea as well, and Seoul Dynasty have a homestand on March the 7th and 8th. So this presents a very big issue for the Overwatch League, with most of the first 3, 4, and 5 weeks, especially being homestands in China at possibly the worst time in terms of this virus outbreak. Now, this by no means means that the events won't happen. I'm not saying that will, but it is a warning. And if they do get shut down, there will need to be a plan B in case they do. There will have to be some sort of contingency for the Overwatch League to move these homestands, because otherwise they will just not be able to take place. And with other cases in Korea, Japan, Taiwan, Thailand, and even the US, there's been a case as well. It's a very serious issue. And if China decides to stop events from happening, this could have a massive impact on the first couple of months in the Overwatch League, considering there are so many homestands in China and the Asian region. So this is something to be aware of. I'm sure the Overwatch League and Blizzard are working this out because, yeah, it could present some serious issues if things do start to deteriorate in China and the region. It's something that it's completely out of the Overwatch League's control, and it's very unfortunate. You know, it's the first time that that Blizzard and Overwatch League and basically esports have tried this, and it is going to run into these issues, and it's completely out of their control. Just like the power cut at the Dallas Fuel homestand last year was completely out of the Overwatch League's control. It's just something they're going to have to deal with. If that means moving the homestands to a later date in the year and then moving some other people's homestands to forward, it's probably a very, very major logistical issue, and they may just have to move the homestands to another place in the world. It's unfortunate, and we will see what happens. I send all of my love and best wishes to the people in China and everyone affected by the outbreak in the region, and I hope that you can get over it pretty quickly and everything can get back to normal, because it looks like it could become pretty serious pretty quickly, and I thought it would be worth highlighting it in this Overwatch League roundup. But we will see what happens, and I'm sure the league will keep us updated when and if changes happen. But I will round it out on that note, which is unfortunate because that is a pretty darn bum of a note. But hey, that's we have to keep up with the news. Obviously, we will keep going with the team previews. We are really rocking through that now, and they will basically be at the end of that pretty soon now, because there are not many teams to go. But I'm going to leave it here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then.